Yo, 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 it's your boy Mark Goodman, aka the voice box of the block. I'm back with another one. I'm super duper excited to be here right now. Before I get started, I want to give a shout out to all my distributors, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Breaker, Radio Public. I'm also on YouTube now, so you can just subscribe to my YouTube channel. All over the place, Instagram, Facebook. Love me, like me, I love you. My
Definitely,
co-host,
man.
what's happening?
Chilling, man. It's your boy Big Norm, man. Just happy to be on, man. Got the legend.
Got to go.
Yeah.
Got to go.
Yeah,
got to go.
Yeah,
Hey,
we got
listen.
him right here.
Listen, hey, cuz
Everybody been waiting for this.
everybody's been waiting on this.
Yeah.
They like, you got Tony. I said, we got Tony. We got Tony. How's it going, brother?
Oh man, I'm just trying to make it through this cold world. Just enjoying life down here in Miami.
Miami? I didn't know you was in Miami.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been in Miami going on 2 years now.
Wow.
How you like it?
No, I don't like it. I love it.
Oh, wow. It's classic.
Listen, I've been to Miami a few times. I love it too. And I wish I could go back.
Yeah, before I was in Chicago for 8 years, and I thought that I was doing something bad because it was too damn cold.
Right.
So now I'm getting older, getting a little wiser.
Right.
Decided to move up to that next level. Don't want to know anymore, and loving it down here.
Tom Brady.
Oh,
Let me ask you, first and foremost, you know, with the coronavirus and the pandemic, I gotta ask all my guests, are you safe? Are you sound? Are you healthy? Are your family healthy?
So far, I'm doing pretty good. I had it during Thanksgiving, so I wasn't in Thanksgiving with anyone but myself, myself, and I. But other than that, everyone's doing fine. The symptoms that I had wasn't as bad as most people.
Right.
I was down for like a day and a half to two. Body aching, bad headache, migraine headache.
Wow.
Had the fever for a little bit, but then you know what? Being an ex-athlete, we kind of bounced back. So
you're right. You're absolutely right. So I want to go this. I don't really have to introduce you because everybody know who you are. We here in the upstate, we know who you are. Your name ring bells from one side to the other. You know what I mean? I can't go nowhere in South Carolina and say I'm from Woodruff. And the first thing they say, I say, hey, man, where you from? They say, I'm from Woodruff. Tony Rice. Hey, it's like it's like something mythical come out the sky when I say I'm from Woodruff. You went to school, you know Tony Rice. You know somebody, like it's Tony Rice, man. How do you feel having that much? Or do you still have it?
You know what? It's more like this. I'm very appreciative of what has been given to me and being raised the right way by my grandmother and my mom and having my brother Rodney along with me along the way. I'm a very special person because I tell you what, you need that instrument. You need those kind of people, positive people. Because at first I felt like giving up, but I'm from Woodruff. Woodruff people don't give up.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
I was ready to go home from, coming from South Carolina, going to Indiana. It was a big transition for me because it never seems cold like they have cold. And, I'm more of a family-oriented person that my family is very close.
Yes.
And she shook me off. She told me, don't come back. Just make sure you do everything right and don't let the Rice name, get you down or make you disrespect the Rice name.
Right.
Just go ahead and do what they have to do in order to make things positive and think positive for other people as well.
I'm getting a little ahead because I was going to talk about what Grandma told you because I read an article where your grandma said, "Don't come back. Ain't nothing in South Carolina.
Ain't nothing here for you." And plus, she didn't have enough money to send me back home. $127 back then.
So I want to take you back, Tony. Take me back when you was a young kid in Woodruff, playing in Cadillac, playing in Pine Ridge. When did you realize? Because I heard you was dunking at about 14. So I mean, it was something natural.
Classic.
You was natural now, but when did you realize? Listen, I'm pretty damn good.
I really didn't because I'm one of those type of people that, hey, let's take one thing at a time. Let's go through high school. Let's win state championships. I had my cousins on the team with me as well, and it was just all fun. We went out there to have fun, but then the next stuff was gravy. It's very fortunate that I was being able to get a scholarship at Notre Dame and other schools looking at me. But most people like us, we never left the state. We stayed in state.
Yes.
So, but my grandmother just been a wise person that she was, get out of here. There's nothing here for you. Make a name for yourself, and make sure you don't disrespect the Rice name. And that's what I said earlier, because everything, there's a hurdles in life. Everything you do is how you're going to adapt to it. How you going to adapt to going from cold weather, from warm weather to cold weather. And then we spoke funny. You know, those are Northerners. I'm a country boy.
Listen, I'm in South Carolina, and they still say I speak funny. So I definitely understand, brother. But in your childhood, I know there was a lot of memories because there's a lot of stories. Can you kind of go back and kind of remember some of the stories as you playing around in childhood, or maybe some of the people you was playing with? Because I got one story I want to tell you, and I don't know if you remember this fella. He's my cousin. His name is John Miller.
Yeah.
You know John Miller?
We're neighbors.
Unfortunately, he passed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He passed. He's my cousin. We love him to death. But he used to have this one story that he always say. I didn't believe him. He said, I taught Tony Rice how to throw the football. Is that true, Tony? Please tell me, what is that about?
It could be a myth. Hey, but don't forget now, we all grew up together.
Yes.
You know, I was a young whippersnapper and everything, and I didn't know how to throw. And he was probably one of those people that helped me along the way, because you never forget the people who help you across the bridge.
Absolutely.
Those guys have done a lot to improve my game, to step me up to that next level. And playing basketball. I used to play basketball against those guys all the time. I was the pee-wee guy, but again, I used to practice on garbage cans once I come down from dunking. I'm going to break my neck or something. So every day I did that. But those guys end up paving the way, those older guys. And, you know, you can't forget those guys. And I'm sorry to hear about the loss.
Yes.
But I tell you what, he's looking down at us right now and said, hey, I taught Tony Rice how to throw.
He is definitely doing that. You know John Miller very well, because he's definitely doing that. And I also want to tell you, thank you. I mean, congratulations on being inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. I think last year in Woodrow.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you didn't even probably know you got inducted.
Yeah. I was very shocked. I was like, man, you know, we had a good basketball. Tim Waters was on the team too and everything.
Yeah.
And I remember it just like it was yesterday. And those things you can never forget, because we're out there to have fun again. But then you're never going to think that someone's looking at you and then you're going to be inducted to the Hall of Fame.
Wow.
And there's been many other people that should have been.
Yes.
Or their time is coming. But when it does come for them, I applaud them, congratulate them, because they had to work hard too as well.
Absolutely. So you get to high school. And I want to kind of push forward to around about 84. We're gonna talk about 84. We're gonna talk 84 and 85. The years, you know, and the stories I've heard, the way y'all dominated, and mostly when I go places, they say, listen, Tony Rice was he was a man playing amongst boys.
Yeah. Go ahead. I gotta, and that's crazy. You know, my cousin said that, man. I got a cat I work with, man. He went to Palmetto. And he said, y'all came to Palmetto one night, man. And because I was like, did you ever see Tony Rice play? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, your name is big. Like, anytime football come over, we always talk about Tony Rice. And this cat was like, he said, did I see him play? He said, they come to Palmetto. He said his thighs was big as tree trunks. And like my cousin say he was a man amongst boys. And he say, that you just dominated on the field that night. So say you were just running over cats, just doing what you want to do. But the crazy thing about it is, like me and Mark be talking about how people say they would have to walk miles just to get to the stadium just to watch you play.
Oh man.
Right. So
I never heard that before, but I'm
telling you,
very nice.
As a kid, did you notice you was getting that much attention, or you was just playing?
I was just playing. You know, I wasn't worried about the crowd and everything. I know that, we had a hometown to represent. We're going to make sure that we represent, come in there. And when you go to another person's house, especially on the football field, someone else's backyard, we wanted to take things away from them.
Mm.
And it wasn't kind of being a bully, but it was trying to say that tonight, you're not going to outshine us. As long as I know what I'm supposed to do, my position, I don't have to worry about anyone else. They would take care of their thing. I got my job. My job is to make sure I put them in the right situation. Wow. Coach Varner was our coach.
Right. Yeah, different.
Coach Varner, he could run the plays. He can call the plays. He's a great mastermind. So he called the plays and shoot, I execute. That's my job. And with the team that we had receivers, we had a slew of people that could have been gone anywhere.
Wow.
And played. It wasn't just one person. Shoot, it took 11 people on the field to make things happen. And those guys, and I sit back and I laugh at some of the things. When the last time they won a state championship, it's probably been, with us.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
And now we're not getting any younger, we're getting older, but then we can reminisce. And every story that we tell right now is escalates into being better.
Yeah.
60-yard touchdown, no, it's 120. Stuff like that, but we all have a fun time saying the stuff.
Right. So you dominate in high school. You go into college. Now again, these are stories I'm hearing, and the one thing I'm glad you're on, because when I hear stories, I would love to hear facts, and the only person you can hear facts from is the person that's living the story. The
horse's mouth, right?
Right.
The horse's mouth.
So I was hearing you were supposed to go to Minnesota, but you ended up going to Notre Dame, New Hope. Tell me how that transpired.
Well, Coach Host came to the house, and first of all, it was Benny Serrato came to the house. He's recruiting coordinator at Minnesota, and then he says, Ricky Foggy was there.
Man, shout out, Mom. I was about to say that. I love Ricky. He give you a lot of props.
He swear y'all was going to be playing together.
Yeah.
He said he had it in his mind.
I'm glad.
But he said for some reason you ended up going to Notre Dame.
Yeah. Ricky, and I knew Ricky was a couple of years ahead of me. So I was going to learn everything I can from Ricky and hopefully take over Minnesota.
Wow.
And that transition would happen with Coach Host going to Notre Dame. He said, would you like to visit Notre Dame instead? So really it wasn't my decision. My grandmother told me, yes, you're going to follow that little man. And I went to visit. And for a full year, he called me Ricky Foggy.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Honestly?
Yes. It got to a point I answered. My name was not Tony Rice at all. It was Ricky Foggy.
Wow. Shout out my man Ricky.
Yeah. Ricky.
Hold on, Tony, listen. Tony, I know times has changed. But I take that as disrespect now. Come on now. You can't get my name right.
Huh?
I have to take that as disrespect right now at this time. I didn't like that.
But don't forget, I'm a young kid.
Yeah.
They say respect your elders no matter what. They may be wrong. Which he was wrong.
And see, Ricky was saying y'all had the similar styles.
Ricky was awesome.
And see, I'm gonna tell you something. Like I say, shout out to my man Ricky, because I reach out to him. Like I said, he was on the show. I reach out to him.
Great guy. He's a great guy.
But I'm gonna tell you something, man. Like I know a lot of cats from Lawrence. When we bring up Tony Rice, they bring up Ricky Foggy. Like from Lawrence, they gonna say Ricky Foggy, and Woodrow, we gonna say Tony Rice.
It's like Michael Jordan and LeBron James.
Yeah. So.
That's good, but I tell you one thing.
Yeah.
I remember playing against him in high school, and it was just like, man, sweet feet.
Wow.
So when he goes to Minnesota, I used to try to watch him all the time. I was like, oh my God. I got goosebumps by telling the story right now.
Wow.
So I'm in high school, I'm watching Ricky, and then being recruited by Minnesota, I was like, I'm going to play with him. I'm going to learn. He's going to tutor me on running that offense, because they ran the triple option.
Yeah.
And we did that at Notre Dame too. It's like, whoa, he's taking a whole different approach to, instead of like, Ricky, but he still called me that, and I still respect him. I used to watch Ricky when I was doing that. I was like, hey, how do you do this? Because when you do things, it just happened.
Yes.
You can't say, I'm going to do this right here. You got to let your body move. And Ricky had that type of attitude and that type of movement that Ricky was outrunning everyone, I think. And I tell you what, juking him, only thing different, Ricky had some big shoulder pads.
Yeah.
I always say, yeah, Big Show. But when Ricky and I think we played against each other in Canada, CFL.
Wow.
Yeah, I was in Saskatchewan Rough Riders at the time. And
that's classic.
Ricky, it was so funny. We ended up hanging around together just for a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah. Now I got goosebumps again, man.
That's great. Listen, because I was gonna get to your national championship year, and it was amazing. You know, I look at all the replays and the highlights, and I look at how y'all dominated. Did you see that coming into that year?
You know what? Coming into the year, we knew we had to take one game at a time, but always the last game. I never wanted the game to end. If the game is over, let's keep on playing. You know, let's get some points.
Loved it.
Because I knew Monday we had to practice. We would start back over again. But look at this right here. Now, when you do something, that another great quarterback is Major Harris in West Virginia. We played him in the championship.
That's the national championship. Yeah, definitely. One
of the best quarterbacks ever. And
didn't you win the play of the game that game?
Yeah.
Wow. Classic.
But our defense, Major had a major breakdown because our defense took care of him. Our defense wouldn't let him do anything. Major came in, we had 2 number 9s, me and him. And now everything was focused on Major instead of me. So if I messed up, no one would have known anything. They thought the game was going to be Major because they haven't won a national championship in many years. So they thought it was going to be a major day, but Major had a major breakdown.
Right. Wow. So you win a national. You're on the cover of magazines. It's Tony Rice this, Tony Rice that. How are you feeling? Are you getting cocky? Are you humble? Or young kid from Woodruff, South Carolina? How you feeling? I mean, how are you feeling?
I know once the SI came out, Coach Host always told everyone, like, for instance, Tony, I was 3 times in 1 year. You're gonna be you'll be on the cover next week. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Humble. Job. It happened to be there, and then you're gonna do it again. You're gonna do it again. But I knew that the way I was raised, that it wasn't gonna be like no cocky. You know, when I score a touchdown, I pretend like I've been there, and I'll be right back to score another one.
Wow.
I
love that.
But that was just me. You know, a lot of people, you know, I raised my hand up. I had to say one word, like I'm cheering.
I saw that. You did that a lot. Every time you just did this.
That's the classic. That's like Michael Jordan doing that. You know what I'm saying? That's the classic.
Every time you scored,
but you know, as no one, and our team was like this. If one scores a touchdown, the whole 10 or other 10 people run in the end zone with you and celebrate together. There was never one person left out. And I love the way Coach Host put this in perspective. What you learn on the field, you're going to carry into the real world.
Wow.
Business, doesn't matter what you're doing. Shiny shoes, you're going to do it the best you can. And it's always been there since it's been over 30-something years since I played at Notre Dame. But it's still instilled in me about how I got to approach daily, every day on being the best person I can.
Wow.
That's amazing.
You know,
go ahead. I'm sorry, brother.
Well, no, you good. But, you know, like my cousin brought up the national championship team. And like I said, we always watch, you know, the highlights and stuff. You know, I was watching your highlights, man, because like I said, everybody's talking about you back when we had VCRs. I used to record on the ESPN Classic. I used to record, but I saw you. I didn't know how big this game was until the 30 for 30 came out against the U. Like, and I watched y'all play against Michael Irvin, and like, what was that like playing against Miami? Was those guys really tough like that? Because I think y'all beat them.
Well, the year before when Michael Irvin was playing, we didn't beat them. So that's why it's called the Catholics versus Convicts, because they tried to run up the score. They beat them 55-8, something like that.
Wow.
So that led up to the Catholics and Convicts, and plus they're coming to Notre Dame. And you know, we all know the final score 31-30, and that's a classic right there.
Classic, yes.
Miami's tough all around, speed, and you saw men playing against boys. That's what it felt like, playing against them for a little bit until the momentum start coming our way. But that was one of the best rivalries, and I reflect back on it. If you ask me a certain play, I can tell you exactly the name of the play and where we went. So,
I remember you threw the bomb, the rocket, right? And
between his legs.
Failed.
Yeah, it went between his legs.
Like, he supposed to keep running. He failed. I was like, wow.
Rocket said, "Seemed like the ball stayed up there so long, Tony." Like looking up at come. And I threw a post corner to Ricky Waters.
And that's what I want to talk to you about. That's what I want to talk to you about, because I do my homework on any person that I bring on here, because I feel like it's disrespect not to do your homework. And I did not know that Ricky Waters was your wide receiver before he was the running back in '89.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We had so many people ready to play. Our backfield was rated #1 in the world because we had people deep ready to play. So Ricky had to find a spot to play.
Wow.
Rocket Ismail had to find a spot to play. Luckily, had Rocket that split in, and you got Ricky at flanker. Sometimes we could change and put Rocket in the backfield sometime, or put Ricky, because those two people can play any position out there.
Wow.
You need to be on the field somehow.
Right. So you had an outstanding career. Obviously, you the guy. You the essential. I wanna highlight you, the essential piece to the seasons that you had, in the winning season that you had in Notre Dame. And I read something that shocked me. I don't know if it's true. You can correct me. 21 out of the 22 players starting on that '88 team either got drafted or had a chance to go in the NFL. Now that leaves one person out.
Yes.
That leaves one person. Hold on. That leaves one person.
Man,
that's Tony Rice.
And that's
terrible. Now you are a more sensible person. Help me understand that.
Well, I don't know. I did all I could at Notre Dame, and I did everything that Notre Dame asked me to do. Now, it's not in my control to say what these guys are going to do. Like, yes, after their draft, Cincinnati Bengals gave me a call, wanted me to come to free agent camp, but Saskatchewan gave me a number that I couldn't refuse, more than what Cincinnati was going to give me. So I take my talent somewhere else. And even though I played there for a year, and then I came back and then I was released, and then I went to the World League, had a chance to play in Barcelona for 2 football seasons. And that was probably one of the best learning experience, and being able to travel the world to play. And I don't regret anything. Things happen for a reason. I didn't make the NFL. Boo-hoo, let it go on. That's life. So what am I going to do with that?
I want to give a quote. I think it's a quote you had at Springfield Sports Hall of Fame. You said, "I don't think about it at all. Everything landed in the right place for me. I don't have no regret. I don't regret anything."
Right.
And you feel the same way today?
Oh yeah, I'm breathing. I'm walking.
Amen.
So it's like this. Some things happen for a reason, and maybe it wasn't meant to be, but that's not my call. My call is, again, being the best person I can, wake up every morning.
Definitely.
Be able to, and then like provide. You know, my ex-wife and I, we was married for 10 years, been divorced for 20, but she's still one of my best friends.
Absolutely.
And we have 5 trophies together.
Absolutely. Now, how did you make that bond? Now, how do you get your ex-wife your best friend? Please, some people need help with that one.
It took time. It took time, but I'll tell you what, it's, you know, when people go through a divorce, it's like people think that it's bitterness with every person, but not with us, because we had young babies. In order for them to survive in the world, we have to work together as a team. And even though she lives in Scottsdale, Arizona, I live here, that's her little world. But this is my world. But if she has anything or wanting anything that I can provide for her, I'm doing it hard, because she's the mother of my kids.
Absolutely.
So
that's respect.
That's respect. Like, you know, it's all about the kids, man.
Oh yeah.
That's respect, man. I admire you because you're just such a humble person. For some person to be so well known around the community, around the upstate, around the world, you're just so humble.
Yeah.
This is what I did when I got down here. I went right onto Miami's campus. This is what I did to him.
Oh.
No,
two thumbs down. I had my Notre Dame shirt on and everything, and people like,
wow.
Thumbs down.
Hey, Tony, I'm gonna tell you a classic. I'm gonna tell you a classic story, man. That I, you know, what I'm saying, experienced as a child, man. You know, like I say, I ended up moving to Woodruff, man, when I was like 12, 13, and I was out in Kell Acres. One day, like I said, I'm 36 years old, so that, was a while back. And I'm out there with my cousin, Danny and Fat Boy. Shout out to Danny Green, Darius Green, my people. But we out there, we washing bikes early in the morning, like 9 o'clock. And Danny was like, yo, there go Tony Rice. And you was riding a bike. I guess you was out getting some exercise or something. We looked up, man. We watched you go to the bottom down there, and we watched you all the way to you. You know what I'm saying? Disappeared. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I guess you was out getting exercise. And that was just a good experience as a kid, man. Because like I say, it's like Mark say, man, like growing up in Woodruff, man, people talk about you so much. Yeah. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, just a legend.
I'm glad you said it because I was playing middle school football and in middle school, we ran the option. And there was a coach out there, and he would always say, run an option like Tony Rice. Picture that the last minute. And I always thought in my head, I wish Tony Rice was here because he ain't showing me the right way. I wish Tony Rice was here to teach me how to pitch it at the last minute. So I just want to tell you how much we honor you and respect you. We love you. I want to give you your flowers. I wish you was here in person, so I give you your flowers in person, man. You don't get enough remembrance in Woodruff. I think.
No problem. Hey, I will be home soon. I told my brother Rodney that I was coming back. And
and
a couple of times to visit me.
And listen, this is what people want to know. What is Tony Rice doing today? What is Tony Rice doing? And I'm gonna tell you before I end this, I want people to know you graduated Notre Dame psychologist, right?
Yep.
Wow. I want people to know that you got your education, and that's at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, man. Because at the end of the day, I want people to know that you went and got it done. That's the most important thing. And one more thing I want to ask you, and I want to know if it's true.
It's real, yeah.
Okay.
Did you get your Woodruff rings?
No.
Man, that's terrible.
We got to talk to somebody.
Yeah. Hey.
Okay. Because, again, I'm a country boy. I don't wear rings at all.
But Tony, you could put these in the trophy case.
Tony. We're going to get you your rings, Tony. The good guys is going to get you your rings, Tony. We love you, Tony. And listen, what is Tony doing today?
Well, I work for Aon. Aon is a consulting firm, not information, but insurance brokerage firm, all over, #1 in the country. I'm in sales, benefits, health and benefits. I want to facilitate everything by bringing people together. And then I'm the go-getter as far as I get the business. I bring a group of people in there that specialize in whatever they do and whatever topic we're talking about, and they're the solution for it.
Wow.
And so I sell, one of my biggest accounts is 19,000 employees. I go in and talk, and all my people are old Notre Dame people.
Wow.
CFOs, CEOs, they're decision makers. So I go right there. Don't get me wrong. The gatekeeper is always the secretary. Coming in contact with the gatekeeper, be your best friend.
Yes.
You open up the door for the CFO, and they have to take your call because they don't want to get that thing that says, Tony Rice from Notre Dame gave you a call, you didn't return that phone call. And vice versa. If Notre Dame person calls on me and went to Notre Dame, they tell me what class they did, I will open my door and have a conversation with them.
Wow.
Maybe I can't help them, but I can point them in the right direction who can. So
wow.
I've been doing insurance maybe for going over 11, 12 years.
Wow.
And I love it because I'm out meeting people.
Do you miss it? Do you miss the game?
No. I love watching
Tony,
it.
come on, Tony. I see how you said it too fast.
Being 53 years old, I did my time. Wow. I went through that gauntlet. Now it's time to watch the young guys play because I thought that I only did what I was supposed to do, and we did a great job at that. Man, I couldn't even ask for more. I couldn't ask for a second national championship, which we should have had the next year. So,
hey, Tony, who did? I mean, I ain't trying to, double back. But who did y'all play in the state, man, when y'all went back to back in Woodruff?
It was.
I want to.
Oh my God, St. John's Island.
I think I seen.
Wow.
St. John was way down there. We went down there. We took the bus.
So y'all had to go there.
I'm sorry.
Y'all had to go there.
The second year. They came up here the first year, and then the second year we had to go down there to play.
So y'all played them back to back?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. St. John's.
So that was tough. That was tough too.
Ooh. Oh. They broke the noise. I mean, it was a tough game. It was definitely a tough game, but we ended up winning.
So I'm gonna ask you before I let you go, what do Notre Dame got to do to get back to the top?
I would say bring more people in that have the heart. Yeah, they look good on paper. Everyone looks good on paper stats. But then you got to have some rough people in there. I mean, some people that want to play. They don't come and people think that you're Notre Dame. They're going to throw their jerseys on the ground and you just spin over. They shooting for you. And everyone has, even Navy at one point had our number. Navy, we used to pummel them all the time. And next thing you know, Navy beat us four years in a row.
Wow.
Notre Dame. So I don't know. Is it a coaching change needed? But it seems like when Notre Dame gets the big ones.
Coaching, moving coaches always moves the needle. It may be good or bad, but it does make changes. Sometimes when things stay the same, you got to make a change, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I think y'all been falling short just for a couple of years now, right?
Yeah. Even though they're going through that process right now, they're trying to compete against the other schools like Alabama have the Jumbotron, the recruiting section. But you got to have players.
Man,
in order to play, you got to have some hardcore players that don't take shit for shit. So
we watched y'all play in the the playoffs?
Yeah, no, Alabama. They played.
Y'all got the good tailback, but man,
I think the speed. The one thing that I saw in that game, it was a big difference in speed.
Oh yeah,
big difference in speed in that game.
It's
That's all I'm gonna say.
You said one guy earlier. You need 11 guys.
Yeah, they had 11.
One guy.
Tony, we're not going to hold you too long. Is there anything you want to tell your fans out there, people from Woodruff? Is anything you want to tell you? We love you.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you guys for allowing me to talk to Woodruff people. But then also for Woodruff, I love you and always be my hometown. And if there's anything I can do for you, just let me know. And it's just my heart bleeds blue and gold, but my heart is still a Wolverine.
Wow.
Absolutely. And we're going to end it on that note. We love you, Tony. Bro, you want to say anything?
Yeah. Hey, Tony. Listen, when you come in town, man, make sure you come and, holler at us, man.
Yeah, stop with the good guys, bro. You got I got a whole set. You'll love it.
And I'm going to tell you something, man, shout out to my sister. Listen, me, you, and Mark, we go down to my sister that Taste the Home. I don't know if you heard of that. Get the good breakfast, man. Yeah. One good Saturday morning. Yeah, let us know when you're man. Telling you, man.
Just tease me. I'll be happy.
Real talk, man.
All right. You guys take care.
Thank you. It's your boy, Mark Goodman, a.k.a. the Voice Box of the Block. We out.
Thanks.